Hi there YouTube, DiamondFlame45 here with another anime figure review and unboxing video. So y'all, back to our regular scheduled programming. As y'all know, I have an obsession with Miku. You could say I am a devoted follower of the Church of Miku. And what better way to show that devotion is to share with y'all an actual goddess Miku figure. So this goddess Miku figure was manufactured by goodsmilecompany, and the design's actually made by this artist. Let me see if I'm pronouncing her name right. I can barely pronounce things in Japanese, much less in English. The artist is Yoneyama. She's actually known for her Radio Ava figure design, but she does have a lot of good Mikus underneath her belt and some new ones coming up as well that seem pretty ambitious. But the thing that's very interesting about this Miku figure, y'all, is that she has been received with mixed reviews within the figure community. And for me, I like to keep an open mind, so hopefully when I share her with y'all, some of those concerns will be addressed, or maybe I'll be disappointed, who knows, but we'll see. But anyway, y'all, enough of my yapping, so let's get started. But before we start, if you guys have been enjoying my content, please like and subscribe and turn on notifications so you'll be notified for future content and updates. So without further ado, let's get started. So y'all, the figure in question that we'll be reviewing today is going to be... Sweet mother, Miku, this box is huge. Can it fit within the frame? I do like the design and texture of this box, very premium. Oh yeah. Like I was saying, the figure in question that we'll be reviewing today is none other than Vocaloid Hatsunemiku 17 featuring Yoneyama Mai by goodsmilecompany. Whew, that's a mouthful. So y'all, this is a very anticipated Miku for 2025. And I'm gonna say so far the packaging is very impressive, but we just can't judge a figure by its packaging alone, right? So let me take her out of this little flip. Oh wow, whoop. Nice. I really like the fact when you remove that white cover, you have the Miku figure box itself in this really nice premium black box. Very nice. And not gonna lie, goodsmilecompany has recently been killing it with their package designs recently. Overall, very nice. Really cool design of the packaging. Oh, something I also forgot to mention is that if you order her through goodsmilecompany Global, you get this really cool picture frame with the design as well, which I think is very nice. And the frame actually feels very premium as well. Like it's made out of a very nice solid wooden material. But yep, do like it when companies go the extra mile to add those little things. So I'm gonna put it away. So now enough of my yapping, let's take her out of this packaging. Y'all, she's surprisingly big, so let me take her out of the blister. As you can see the art inside the packaging, which is really nice. And surprisingly, she's very compact when it comes to her packaging. Hopefully when I remove her out of this packaging, she doesn't get damaged, because I've been reading on the MFC comments section for this figure that some of their Mikus arrive with broken pieces. Hopefully I don't experience that, so sweet mother Miku, please bless me with unbroken pieces. And by the way, y'all, I highly recommend have some sort of pliers or scissors when removing this Miku, because she does come with those finicky metal wires, so be prepared for that. So enough of my yapping, let's take her out of this packaging. And here's Miku fully out of her package. And I must say, removing her out of the packaging wasn't too difficult, because quite frankly, she is rather small. The parts are very detailed, it's just they're pretty small. So I can understand why people are expressing concerns that this figure is not really 1/7. But anyway, she's out of the packaging, that's what matters. No damaged parts. Thank you, Miku. And yeah, here's what she comes with, y'all. So this goddess Miku comes with the figure herself, very beautiful and dainty. Two of her iconic twin tails in angelic form. And also, y'all, her twin tails are pretty pliable. This very ethereal water-esque base, and even the material is pretty pliable. Very interesting. Two support stands to support her twin tails. Honestly, y'all, this is one of my pet peeves that some manufacturers don't include. In the promo shots, if you're gonna include support stands in the final product, show them in the prototype picture, y'all. Hopefully, I won't need to use them, because I've been seeing people display her without support stands, but we'll see. This beautiful backdrop for her. I love the gold plating, as well as these beautiful peel-like flowers. And of course, a set of instructions are both in Japanese and English. So thank you, goodsmilecompany. And yeah, those are all the parts she comes with. Like I said earlier, very easy to remove out of her packaging. I just see assembly her won't be too much of a hassle. So enough of my yapping. Without further ado, let's put this beautiful goddess Miku together. And here's Goddess Miku fully assembled. And honestly, y'all, her assembly process wasn't too difficult. If you follow the instructions goodsmilecompany provided, you assemble her pretty easily. Like, there wasn't any resistance when attaching the pieces together, which is good. I definitely did not experience any resistance inserting her twin tails because of those shrink resistant plugs. So glad that goodsmilecompany's doing that a lot with their Miku figures moving forward, it seemed. Like, fortunately for me, I didn't experience any broken pieces and the assembly wasn't difficult, but I will agree on a comment a lot of people have been saying about this Goddess Miku. She's surprisingly very small, y'all. She definitely doesn't look like a 1/7 scale figure. She definitely feels and looks more like a 1/8 figure. She's surprisingly very light. You can actually lift her up altogether if you're brave enough, but I'm not gonna do that for that long, y'all. But overall, very beautiful figure, y'all. Like, I'm very impressed, and I'm looking forward to reviewing this Serial Goddess Miku for y'all. And yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So you know how we run things on this channel. We go from the back and move our way to the front. So from the back, I do love how well sculpted her hair and body are, despite the fact that some of the view is being covered by her little, what's that thing called behind her back? Her halo with these flowers. I don't know the formal term for it, y'all, but it looks very pretty and ethereal. But anyway, like, I do like how well sculpted the back of her head is. And I do like the paint job on this. I will admit it's a little bit flat because there isn't much shading to it, but there's a really beautiful pearlescent sheen to it. Maybe because the fact that it doesn't have that much shading gives that appearance of being pearlescent, but it's very well done. And I do love the fact that when you move towards the back of her hair, you see the voluminous details of her twin tails from the back as well. I do like the fact that they're very reminiscent of angel wings, and I think that's the intention of the design because Miku is a goddess. She is our angel, you know, our electric angel, if you know that reference. That's an old school Vocaloid song, by the way. Also, I do like how her backside is so well sculpted and painted because, as you can see, you see her beautiful dress envelop her backside very beautifully, but also with a subtle sense of sensuality because I just like how it hugs your body from the back. You can see that back muscle subtly as well as that plumpness of her tush as well. It's a nice balance of sensuality and beauty. And as you keep moving down, y'all, I do like the coloring of her dress as well. Like I said, there isn't much shading to her outfit. There's just a little bit of shading, but it gives that appearance of somewhat being pearlescent, and I kind of like that. And as we move towards the back, y'all, I do like the details of her little altar. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for, altar. Duh. And I like how these beautiful peel flowers, yes, ordain the somewhat cool mechanicalness of her altar. Combination of like nature with mechanical parts, if that makes sense. Who knows? But it's very well done, and I'm fortunate enough the flowers for me on the back did not arrive damaged because a lot of people on MLC were complaining that some of their flower pieces arrived broken. But thank you, goodsmilecompany or Miku from above, that my flowers did not arrive damaged. But yeah, y'all, from the back, she's a very well done and executed figure. Like, I love just how all these different elements just complement and contrast with each other. Despite the fact that the author kind of hides it and the shade might not be that in depth, but she's really pretty from the back. Yeah, like, what can I say? Like, very beautiful sculpt from the back. Good job, goodsmilecompany. So now that we finished gushing over the back, let us move our way to the front because those are where all the beautiful details are gonna be, right? So from the front, of course, what sticks out to me immediately is her altar, because you can see the gold accents as well as the 01 insignia on it. Really nice. And I do like that even on the altar it has her name engraved, which is a really nice touch. But anyway, that definitely pops out most when I look at her from the front. But let's focus on her beautiful face, y'all, because I'm gonna say an unpopular opinion, y'all. I actually like her face sculpt. Some people say it kind of looks off, but for me, it has a very beautiful maternalness to it. Like, it's very warm and comforting. And I think it's done beautifully, and I love how her lips are just parsed like that. It's so cute, and then you see a little bit of lip gloss to it and a bit of sculpt as well, so it gives it more depth. It's not painted on, like, it's really beautiful. And like I mentioned, she does give that maternal vibe when I look at her face. It kind of reminds me of Mommy from Magical Madoka Madoka, because her face has that same aesthetic, if that makes sense, like a very maternal kind of aesthetic and vibe. But yeah, like, love the face sculpt, yo. Like, I know people might disagree, but I love it. And of course, I do love how well sculpted her bangs are. Like, they're so beautiful, y'all. Like, you can see the strands, yes, highlighting her beautiful face. And the strands are pretty well sculpted and sharp. There's individual striations, which I really appreciate. And because the way her hair strands, yes, kind of flow on her face, it kind of accentuates her eyes as well, which I like that detail, like, because her eyes are very beautiful. And of course, as you move further front, you see her voluminous twin tails in full force. Like, I love how her twin tails are, y'all. Like, they just look like majestic angel wings. And I do like how her twin tails transition from like a matte teal to a more darkish blue teal at the tip of her twin tails. I want to say they're a little bit translucent, but I just love it because it makes it look like angel wings, y'all. And something that I really appreciate about the engineering design of this Miku, y'all, it's like her twin tails actually connect to the altar from the back. So you don't really have to put a support stance on her if you want to. Honestly, I don't. I think the support stands are kind of gaudy, and I wish goodsmilecompany was transparent about them. Like, I don't mind if the figures have support stands, but just be transparent about it so I can make a much more informed purchase. But she's still beautiful, and I'm gonna take the risk of just displaying her without the support stand. So I'm gonna be wild, y'all. As we move further down her body, y'all, I just like how she rests her hand on her chest so beautifully, and by doing so, yes, draws more attention to her physique. Like, it's very dainty and petite, y'all, but the sculpt is so beautiful. Like, you can see how her outfit just hugs her torso so tightly. There's a bit of subtle sensuality the way her gown envelops her body, because it's a very nice fit. Now that I think about it, her dress kind of reminds me of Sailor Moon Princess Arete's gown from the anime. Like, it has some elements to it that are very reminiscent of it. And like I said earlier, the shading's pretty minimal, but I kind of like it because it makes it look kind of pearlescent, and I think that pearlescent appearance adds to that very ethereal goddess-like element of this Miku. It's very nice. And of course, I do like how she coquettishly hugs her drape on her left thigh, and you can see like this cool gold metallic band surrounding her left eye. Very nice. I do like her legs, y'all. Like, they're really nice, and I like her shoes. I just like how her shoes are just like these gold accented heels. And of course, surrounding her feet, you can actually see that cool ethereal, like, water-like base. I guess adds to the vibe that Miku is a goddess. I'm definitely blown away by this Miku design from the front. Like, it's just a very beautiful harmonious blend of details, like the gold mechanical accents of her altar with like the beautiful hues of her hair, her gown. Like, this figure just screams goddess, and I'm very fortunate enough that she arrived undamaged, because maybe that's why my view towards her is a little bit more favorable, because I've already seen some of the horror stories that I'm gonna see, y'all. But I am extremely satisfied with my goddess Miku purchase. She's a very divine and a very excellent Miku to add to your collection if you're still on the fence. Hopefully she doesn't arrive damaged though, because I know goodsmilecompany is doing some returns for people when they receive this Miku broken, but yeah, y'all, like, very beautiful Miku, y'all. Like, this Miku just exudes presence. Like, she's definitely gonna be on the back with my strawberry Miku. I just need to make some space and put away some of the other Mikus. But yeah, y'all, you definitely can't go wrong with this Miku. I highly recommend this beautiful ethereal Miku. You're looking for a Miku that's actually not afraid to be a little bit different, because like I said, like, this Miku, despite the minimal shading and her smaller size, like, she still has a very imposing presence. She's smaller, don't get me wrong, but she's pretty big. But I think maybe that was the intention, because they want to make her like a petite goddess, you know? But all the other elements though, if you take them into consideration, they're just so beautiful. Like, the imposing presence of her gold altar with the flowers, her beautiful body sculpt and hair, y'all. Like, in that face, y'all, like I said, people complain about her face, but I love it. It has a very beautiful maternal sheen to it. But yeah, y'all, like, you can't go wrong with this Miku. Like, everything about this Miku is just so beautifully executed. Like, the voluminous hair, like the beautiful face sculpt, like her body sculpt, like the voluminous drapings of her gown, and even how it beautifully hugs her body as well. Like how her shoulders are just exposed so beautifully with some subtle sensuality. Like, very well done, goodsmilecompany. Like, highly recommend. So now that I reviewed this ethereal goddess Miku, let me give you my final remarks on this figure, because I think she's very beautiful despite the concerns I mentioned earlier. So here's goddess Miku, y'all. Hopefully with a better view on the camera, but y'all, like, despite the concerns that she's a little bit smaller and she does not have the most shading, I think those design choices were intentional, because I think they wanted to accentuate the fact that she's a goddess, so they want to make her a little bit smaller, emphasize her petite angelic frame, and maybe they went with the minimal shading, so then this Miku will have a more like lightish presence to it. Or maybe I'm just trying to find ways to justify goodsmilecompany, I don't know. But yeah, that's my sorry for all this yapping and stream unconsciousness. Like, I'm trying to get back to the routine of filming videos, so thank you so much for your patience, y'all. But let me know down in the comments below, y'all. What is it about this Miku that you guys find so captivating? Or maybe you don't find her captivating. Maybe you can comment down below your concerns about this Miku. But yeah, y'all, like, have at it. But yep, that's my spiel. But yeah, y'all, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye.